Welcome to Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. This is a special bonus episode to share my experience at the 11th Annual American Reality Television Awards in Los Angeles. Just as a reminder, we have additional bonus content over on Patreon at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze, where we are reviewing the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in a safe and uncensored space. Let's get into it and start with Glam. First, I'd like to give a big shout out to Melissa, who did my makeup, and Michelle, who did my hair for the event. I'll put their Instagram information in the show notes. I didn't know this, but they are the hair and makeup glam girls for the Real Housewives of Orange County, like full time. They do all their confessionals and reunions. First off, I love them as people, but I also love their glam work. I highly recommend them. We chatted about Bravo stuff, but I didn't ask them any salacious questions. In fact, I asked them all positive things like who are your favorites, etc. And contrary to what some people assume about me because I have a podcast, I keep the majority of my conversations with people off the record, and I don't love dropping tea. I love sipping on tea and discussing it, but I don't like to be responsible for people's information getting out to the public. So I'll just leave it at that. I had a great time with them. Love Melissa and Michelle. After I was done getting ready with my glam, Ann Maddox, who you may know from Vanderpump Rules and from the We Signed an NDA podcast, she came over to my suite and we went live on Instagram, which is up on my feed. So make sure you're following at Bravo and Blaze. We discussed podcast life and hopefully we record together soon so we can share some of the conversations we had. I asked about her dating life. I asked her if she gets dudes and DMs. But it was funny because we kept saying how it was just so weird how even though it was the first time we were meeting in person, it didn't feel like that at all. It just felt very comfortable and casual. But we were all dressed up in my fancy suite here that the hotel graciously upgraded me to. And it was truly an old Hollywood moment on this long, retro, pink, vintagey couch. Ew, am I turning into Sandoval sounding like that? Ugh. I may need to get out of La La Land soon. But yes, had a great time with Anne. We wound up going down to the lobby because we wanted to wait for Anne's co-host, Amanda Lifford, who used to work for the Viall Files. So down in the lobby, Anne and I are sitting there. The elevator opens. There's a big group of people all dressed up, and they clearly look like they're going to the same place as us. And they asked, "Are you guys going to the show?" And turns out they were from this show called Opportunity Knocks. The S in Knox is a $sign if you're trying to Google it. But I never heard of this show. But I will say the people that I met had the best spirit and energy of anyone I met the entire night. They were nominated for a best feel-good show, and rightfully so because their energy was contagious. It was just amazing. They are the type of people I like to be around. Luckily, I made a connection with their executive producer, Jen George Hunter, and I can't wait to connect with them after things settle down. So before we actually went to the event, my hotel is literally right next door. Thank God we didn't have to walk very far, but we wanted to wait for Amanda so that Anne and Amanda could walk down the red carpet together. I mean, that makes sense, right? But as Anne and I were live, Peter Madrigal joined the live and was like, "Oh, I forgot about the show." Because I'm like, "Peter, are you coming or not?" And so Peter met us there. And Peter's another one that I feel like I've known for so long, but literally it was our second time meeting in person. And I've only done one Zoom call with Amanda, but I feel like she's one of my lifelong besties. So as we're going in, we have to like wait in line to check in. I see Joe De La Rosa. I don't know what her new name is, but I saw Joe De La Rosa standing outside. She looked gorgeous. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on because there were like two different lines and I just wanted to soak it in. So I'm like standing there with my hands in my pocket, in my dress. I'm just standing there smiling and looking around. This woman in a wheelchair rolls up to me on the other side of the red carpet. I was like already inside of the red carpet. She was like on the sidewalk. She rolls up to the ropes and she yells to me, "Hey, where did you get that from?" And she's pointing at my phone case and the chain on my phone case. And I tell her it's from Bandolier. And before I even got a chance to say that, she interrupted me and she's going, "No, I know where that case is from. I have that case. Where is that chain from?" So, so I explained to her, "Yes, this is also from Bandolier." She goes, "No, it's not. Is that?" And then she like kind of grabbed at my chain and was like, "Is that double chained?" And for one, she acted like I was lying to her. And two, it was like she was assaulting me or something. So I said to her again, "I got these together from Bandolier." And she goes, "Well, then it must be new." And I said, "Yes, it is new." And I was just smiling. She looked at me dumbfounded, like she was mad at me, but I was just smiling. So then I even said to her, "They have different colors too." Smile on my face. And she just rolled away like I told her Santa wasn't real or something. Fast forward about 10 minutes later, inside, I realized that was Abby Lee Miller. And she did not look like the Abby Lee Miller that I have seen on TV. So I was confused. But then I thought it was so hilarious. She was very on brand. After that interaction, the next person that I see and make eye contact with is Alex Baskin. Alex Baskin is the executive producer of Vanderpump Rules, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Orange County and the Valley, among other shows. He's done a lot of spinoffs with them. Alex Baskin is also the grandchild of Baskin Robbins, and his production company is called 32 Flavors, which is a nod to Baskin Robbins. As I'm waiting for the press line, I see Tamara and Eddie on the red carpet. I see Nev from Catfish. Heather McDonald, obviously, she's the host. She comes in. I saw AJ from Backstreet Boys. JoJo Siwa came in. Big Ed was there. I did not know Big Ed was shorter than me. The press line was kind of long, so I decided to check out the other side. I went to the other side. That's where I saw Sarah Fraser and Ryan Bailey, who both interviewed me. And then I also took pictures with Donna Bowling. So that was really great to see everyone there. I then managed to go back to the press line, walked through the press line on the red carpet. So after I did the red carpet, I went to my seat. I was at a table with people who were not friendly to me at all. I asked them if they were with a show that was nominated. I got a very short response and then was like shut down. It was very weird, but Alex Baskin was sitting at the table directly next to me. The way that we were sitting at first, like we basically were staring at each other. It was so weird. I just felt super uncomfortable. So I texted Ryan Bailey to see where he was. And he said he wasn't staying, he was leaving. So I was like, oh my gosh, let's take a picture first. So I go, I find him and he's with Kate Casey, Donna Bowling. We all take some pictures. They're up there on Instagram. I shared them on my stories. Once the show started, Heather McDonald, obviously she was the host. She won my category last year, so I felt like even if I didn't win, I was happy to go and watch.
But seriously, we love to dish about reality TV and these podcasts, and they're the perfect way to get your fix. From juicy recaps to exclusive interviews, these 8 nominees for overall reality podcast kept us informed, and most definitely entertained.
The show was 3 hours long for us. It went from 8 to 11. I don't know what the end result will be. I'm also not supposed to give away any of the winners. So make sure you watch the full show on Black Friday, which is November 29th. It will be available on Roku, Pluto, Zumo, Triller TV, and YouTube. One thing I want to know, Nick Vile was not in attendance. And I'm thinking it's because he was afraid to face me. I'm just kidding for anyone who doesn't get it. But I'm about to head out to capture some more content. If you have any guesses on where I'm going, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be recording and recapping the rest of my experience in LA in a bonus episode on Patreon. So make sure you go check that out at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review, subscribe, follow, share, and comment. And until next time, stay lit, y'all.